everybody, welcome back to my channel. Legacy here. Today I've got another video for you guys, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at my new Holland Workmaster 35 tractor. This is the compact utility tractor. It does have the loader and the backhoe in the back, if you guys can see that. There were some attachments on this that we did buy separately, and we'll go with that later. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tractor itself just for now. So the engine on this thing is a 114.7 cubic inch 3-cylinder turbocharged diesel engine. It does have the 35 engine horsepower, which is good because the previous models I've seen in the past couple of years, they actually don't have the horsepower that the name had. Previous 2016 or 15 or something like that, 35, it actually had the 34 horsepower engine. And same thing with the 25, it had the 24 horsepower engine or something like that. It wasn't the horsepower that the name actually had within it. So luckily this thing has the full 35 horsepower. That is one of the good additions on this 2018 model. It does have the New Holland agricultural look. Their new tractor look. Instead of the two square lights just being one right there and one right there, they have the nice angled lights and the nice grille in the front, which makes it look a lot better than the previous models. So this tractor here did not come with that guard. Actually right there I had to buy that separate off their website, and it's not a very good guard. I'm just gonna say that. As you can see, it already got a little bit bent, even though it's bolted with 6 bolts, which kind of sucks. So we're gonna have to get that fixed before we use it again. And it does have the bucket in the front with the loader. It has the 140 TL loader. It's very good. I have used this once, a couple of times actually, and it has done a very great job. It does also have the quick connect right there. You can just detach the bucket with those two things right there. I haven't done so yet because I don't really have any front attachments other than this bucket. But you could put on like the forklift prongs and, you know, other attachments for the front of the tractor. Let's keep going ahead and looking at the rest of this tractor. It does have the dual hydrostatic transmission with dual control right there. The front is the front arrow and the rear is that one on the right. So luckily you don't have to mess with any gears or anything while you're trying to run the tractor and do some hard work with it. Right there next to it you do have the steering wheel control, which only comes on 35 plus, I believe. It does not come on the 25, which is nice, which is a nice addition to anybody that might be a little bit smaller or bigger than the average, I guess, tractor user from New Holland's perspective, I guess. And here you've got the cruise control for the tractor, which is surprising to me because you don't really drive this thing on the road too much unless you're really into using it on the farm, which you would, I guess, straight roads for a long time. You would need this. So you've got the on and off switch for it right over here. You've got the speed increase and decrease. I don't really know what this button does. And then here you've got the signal indicator and light control for the whole tractor. So down is left, up is right. And then you've got the hazards, fog lights, and daytime running lights, and all that kind of stuff. So that last one turns hazards and daytime at the same time, DRL. There are some extra slots for some buttons if you wanted to add some lights or something, I guess, or horn. I don't know. It doesn't come with the horn, which kind of sucks, which would have been a good addition. But it doesn't because it doesn't really need one, I guess. You've also got the speed control, which is the same as pretty much like the LS models, which looks pretty much identical to this whole tractor right here. You've got your PTO control on and off. You want to power down the tractor and or power down the accelerator and turn the PTO on and off, so you don't wear out the brakes that slow down the PTO shaft. And right over here you've got the control for the hydraulic loader in the front there. That's what controls it up and down, left, right, bucket up, down, everything. All the controls are right there. And then you've got the brake over here. This you can use to slow down. The tractor does slow itself down because it's got the hydrostat on it. The parking brake right there, but you can use this whether you want to slow down like really fast or something. You can use that, but you don't want to slow down too fast, I guess. I don't know. Just for safety reasons, that's there. You could use it, but you do need to press it and then press the parking brake to activate the parking brake. Now you also have high, medium, and low controls. So you can see high, medium, and low. You also got the nice addition of a neutral for whatever you need to let's say you got stuck in a ditch or something and you want to have something else pull your tractor out, you could put it on neutral and just have it pull it out. Or you could just, towing purposes or whatever. And then down here you've got your 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive controls. You could flip it up for 2-wheel drive and flip it down for 4-wheel drive, as the sticker says right there, which is really good because you do need the front 2 wheels to cooperate if you need the extra power. As I have already used really loose dirt, I needed all 4 wheels to direct the tractor pretty much, otherwise it would just keep going forward whether I would turn left or right. So that's a really nice part. And then you've got the PTO control, whether you want to add the mid PTO or not. You could use this to switch to the mid PTO or just the rear PTO. I believe that's what it's for. Then down here you've got the differential lock. You can either have this wheel spin individually so it's easier turning, or you could just lock them, like if you're going straight on a field and you need to I don't know, cultivate the land or something, or pull something behind you as you're mowing or going through the fields. You would need it would be better to lock the differential, if that makes any sense. Then if we keep going, you've got the your 3-point pivots in the back. This is the control for them, how fast they drop or raise. So let's say you have a auger like I do right over there. Let's say if you have an auger and you wanted the auger to go really slow into the ground instead of just being pulled in, you could use this to slow down the speed of the drop for your 3-point pivots in the back. So then if we keep moving on, you've got the seat. You have some controls for the seat. You can move it front and back. You can fold it just like so. I do so when it's raining. I just flip the seat up, which is a good addition, so I think every tractor has it, but so you don't ruin the seat pretty much. So you want to make sure you do that in the rain. And then back here we've got the 7.4 gallon diesel fuel tank. You don't want water or gasoline getting into this tank, so just be aware for that. Then if we keep moving to the back, you've got the ROPS on the whole tractor, rollover protection system. They are foldable just in case you need to get down into a little tighter of an area that's not as tall as the tractor, which is nice. So you don't have to remove any bolts or anything, just remove those pins right there, and then you can just fold over the ROPS. Just another quick little addition, there is a seat belt in this tractor right over here. So when you're using this seat belt, you want the ROPS activated. You want it to be full vertical and just like this. You do not want it down. If you have it down, then do remove your seat belt, because you want to run away from the tractor if it were to roll over. Now if we keep moving, you've got the backhoe on this tractor. This is the bigger BH75 groundbreaker. It is made by Woods, the Woods company that makes this backhoe. They do have the rest of the attachments. They have smaller backhoes, but this was the best one the dealer said would be for this tractor. So it is a little bit bigger, unlike if you don't have, pretty much this whole last pin would be missing for the smaller tractors, and it would be a really small one. But this is a good size for us. We use it to dig like tree roots, like small trees, and maybe if we need to make a lane of a gutter or something, we use it for that. It's a really good tool, really good addition to the tractor. You do have some locks on this backhoe. You have the lock right there, and one more big pin lock right there that you just insert the pin into. But we do have that removed just for the parking space problem we have right now. So we folded the backhoe to the left, and if you want to just put the pin back in, just fold it to the center and just put the pin in, and then you won't be able to rotate it left or right. This lock keeps the whole backhoe from dropping. It pretty much just keeps the whole backhoe from going up and down the big arm. The small arm can still move freely, but the big arm will not drop because that lock is in place. Just remove that pin, and that lock will just, dangle on the side here, and then you'll be able to use the backhoe just like normal. Some controls on the backhoe are right here. This is where you use them, easy, no need to explain, I guess. These two small ones are for the legs that balance the tractor, and then you've got the big ones that control the whole arm. And you got some stickers that explain it to you, so if you forget every once in a while, you can go ahead and do that. And the 35 does, I believe the 25 does too. The Workmaster 25 and 35 both come with the seats, I believe, for the rear backhoe. If you go a little bit smaller, like really small, if I forgot the name, but if you go really small, it would just be that seat pivoting back, and then you have to turn the seat, which was a hassle. When I tested it at the dealer, it was really hard, kind of, I guess. Everything comes with manuals. That's really nice. Everything comes with manuals. It goes with the tractor every time. Whatever attachment you have has this little tube right there, which has the manual in it, just in case you have some emergency or something. You need the manual to show you how to do it, I guess. It's always there, so which is really nice. Detaching the backhoe, which we will do in a little bit here. You just need to put the 3-point down. That's why it's called the 3-point backhoe. You put the whole bucket down on the ground. You put the 2 legs up. Lift the tractor just a little bit. I don't think the wheels need to be off the ground, but just enough so you can loosen these bolts right over here. Once they start wiggling, and you can wiggle them freely, right now they're very, very hard to move. You can pull the pin out and unscrew this, pull the bolt out, and then do the same on the other side. If you guys can see the other bolt right there. You will be able to just pretty much drive your tractor forward, and the backhoe will sit in its place, and then you can put on whatever other attachment you need. Now, only one downside to the 3-point pivots here. This pivot over here, if you guys can see that, is actually damaging my seat. And I don't want to remove this pivot because I am scared I might lose it. That's why I have it still mounted, but it is damaging my seat. I think it would have been a little bit nicer if they gave it another spot to put it, or maybe lock it somewhere else or something. But it is damaging the seat, which kind of sucks. Future rot incoming, or rust. You also have the PTO back there, which I have not used just yet. That's the PTO cover. The PTO is in there. Always keep it covered if you're not using it, which is a good thing. Protect the PTO all the time. Now the wheels are big, really nice big wheels. I haven't had any kind of slip on these wheels just yet. Just a little bit, but not too much, which is really nice because they are the industrial type wheels, not the agricultural or gardening type. They're like in the middle, and I believe these are the more longer lasting wheels than the regular ag wheels or gardening wheels. The ag wheels, if you don't know, are the ones with the really sharp, straight, cuts, corner cuts, I guess, and they're really, really, really deep. So if you drive on the grass with those wheels, you're destined to ruin your grass. These don't do as much damage as those would, and the gardening wheels are they pretty much do no damage. They're really, really, really flat, pretty much. These are the middle ones, so these are perfect for the kind of jobs I do. Other than that, if we come to the other side, one other kind of okay but not so bad thing about this tractor is that the whole distribution box for the hydraulic fluids for the front loader is towards the ground a little bit. So if you have a bush or something, or a really thick stump that might hit that, you might have a bit of an issue there. But I don't think, if you drive carefully, you shouldn't have a problem with that. I believe they are trying to mount those up top somewhere here. I did see that on the 25 when I was trying to purchase this thing, which is a little bit better, but I did not like the stick, which was right here, so you have to extend your arm to use it, which long term would probably hurt your arm. This is a nice addition because you could rest your arm onto this fender here and use that as well. If you guys can see right here, there's this little pin right here. You could lock the hydraulic controls for the loader, just in case you have kids or something running around this thing. Out is unlocked, in is locked. Right now you can't do anything because you can drop the backhoe or the loader still, even if the tractor is turned off, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Hydraulics aren't just perfect yet. I believe they will get better, hopefully. Coming back to the front loader here, you can take that off as well. Those are the resting arms that you can put the loader down on. You could pull out those pins and it folds out 2 legs on both sides, and then you could use the loader as support as well. And then you just pretty much pull these pins and that will disconnect it, and then you just disconnect these pivot or these hydraulic lines here, which is like an air compressor. You just pull the fitting and then it just comes right off. do not forget to put the covers back on, which would be a good thing to protect your hydraulic lines. And coming back to the backhoe here, when you do disconnect the hydraulic lines, you need to connect these pipes back. So you would disconnect it from the backhoe and connect it right back to the tractor pretty much. And the same thing with the backhoe, take the lines off, put them back in the backhoe so it keeps any dirt or debris getting into your pipelines, which would suck when you're trying to use it. So that is pretty much everything. Other than this ignition here, you just got the cover on it, insert the key, and then you could turn it back to just turn on your what's it called, electric igniters or something, I think that's what we're called. Just back one, just like a car, turns on all your lights and whatnot, and then front, and then one more time we'll turn on the engine. So that will turn on your whole tractor, and that is about it. There's really nothing more to this tractor than the amount of power it has. It is very good. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the attachments here. I do have the hole digger auger thingy here. I think it goes down like 5 or 6 feet down into the ground, and it's a 9-inch wide hole. It's really, really, really good if you have to build a really big fence. I do have the handheld auger, but that is very hard to control if you don't have 2 people with you. That's very dangerous as well. This is easy. One person can do it. Just drill the holes with your 3-point attachment in the back. And that's about it about this auger. There's really nothing much more than that. It can dig holes. This stick here, I guess, is to pretty much direct the auger when you're trying to put it into where you want it to dig the hole. There's really nothing more to that than what it does, I guess. This is the Woods TPD35 hole auger, I guess, hole digger. And now we're going to move on to the box scraper here. I got a box scraper, 6-foot box scraper. It pretty much digs the dirt, loosens it, and then it'll straighten it with the shovel type thing in the back here to push it out and straighten the yard. I will be attaching that after I detach the backhoe here in a little bit. So that is about it, guys, about the Workmaster 35. There's nothing much more to it. Why didn't I go with the 25 and I went with the 35? Well, it was just like I think a $5,000 difference, not that much, and this was a much bigger and powerful tractor. Plus the attachments are a lot bigger, so you could do a lot more work, and you don't have to, you know, put it at full power or, you know, accelerate it all the way before you can do a lot of work. So you could still have it at completely low power and have the ability to take down a lot of work, I guess. I don't really know how the Workmaster 25 does. This is a very powerful tractor. And that sums up the video, guys. That is about it. Really nice addition to my fleet of tools, I guess. I will be making some videos on me using it. I have used it a little bit just to test it out and get used to it. And it is very nice. If you guys want to see more videos on it doing some work, please do subscribe and hit the like button down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.